Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Friday, October 15th. So the moon is going to be moving out of Aquarian energy and diving into Piscean energy. But I gotta tell you, the day is going to be unstable and very uncertain because the moon is going to go void of course around 9:30 a.m. and will not be locking into Piscean energy until about 11:30 p.m. So we're not even really going to get a taste of what the moon in Pisces is going to be about today, but we definitely will feel that shift in our dream state. We want to keep in mind that moving out of the Aquarian energy into the Piscean energy, we come out of the head space and into the heart space. The moon in Pisces, of course, very intuitive, very much focused on our higher selves, creating a vision, having new dreams, really using our gut instinct to navigate some of the aha moments that we had while the moon was in Aquarius. But again, we're not going to get a whole lot of time, a whole lot of energy in the moon in Pisces, but we will see that in our dream state. So pay very, very good attention to what happens in your dreams as you go to sleep, because the moon in Pisces definitely connects us to other realms. So we have 10 different aspects taking place here today. 8 of them involve the moon. I am going to kind of skim through the highlights of the moon in action here. And we start off with the moon trining Mars. This is definitely going to give us a little bit more boldness, a little bit more bravery. Of course, we had a little bit of a mental and emotional crisis earlier on in the week with the first quarter moon in Capricorn, and now we are learning to pick ourselves up again. We're going to get a little bit of excitement, a little bit of passion, even a little bit of aggression kind of triggering within us so that we can go ahead and prepare to start making some moves. The moon in Aquarius is going to definitely be focused on our values, our worth, especially where relationships are concerned. The moon goes ahead and bumps into Venus, who is in Sagittarius, trying to restore our faith, trying to show us where it is that we can be optimistic and a little bit more confident about things actually getting better. It is a hard struggle right now. We have to keep in mind where it is that we're at in our season, in our cycle. And of course, we have to break down before we have a breakthrough. We're going to get an amazing opportunity to bring in some of our new visions, our new dreams, and really see a situation unfold in our exterior realms where we can use it as a learning moment. We can dive into our intuition, listen to what our heart space is saying, and really apply the inner knowledge, the higher knowledge that we are now channeling in. The sun is going to go ahead and trine Jupiter, and this is really going to put a huge magnifying glass in on what needs to change, especially in our relationships, especially in our energy exchange. The sun in Libra, of course, wants to balance things out, wants us to do what is right, wants us to find, that sweet spot where love and peace and harmony can take precedence once again. But of course, Jupiter, who is preparing to go direct on Monday, he is still kind of retrograde, hashing things out, where it is that we have to build ourselves up, prepare ourselves to build new systems, structures in our lives in order for us to have balance and stability in everything that we do. Just after the sun bumps into Jupiter, the moon comes up to Jupiter. They're sitting next to one another. And let me tell you, emotions are going to appear larger than they actually are. Of course, the moon is our emotions, is our intuition. Jupiter, magnifying glass, wants to show us where we can grow, wants to show us where we can expand, wants to show us where it is that we have to step outside of our comfort zones in order to see an actual change take place. But we're still kind of hashing things out in our inner realm before Jupiter's going to go direct, and then we're going to have to make those changes and transformations in our exterior realm. Early on in the morning, we're going to have the moon trine the sun. This is going to be a fire energy in our mental planes because we are really processing information and details at a very extreme and accelerated rate. We, again, are trying to wrap up Libra season. We, again, are trying to see the big picture, the big vision, open our minds to the possibilities of maybe taking a detour and ending up at our goal, our vision, our dream with a lot less friction, a lot less obstacles, but it feels like a punishment right now because nothing is working out, when realistically, things need to break down in order for us to put them back together in a better way. And many of us will see a resolution, we'll see clarity, we'll see these problems be fixed in a very short amount of time. However, we do have to do the inner work necessary to open up our minds, open up our heart space, let go of defeat, of disappointment, of things not working out the way that we want, and at least prepare for new options, new opportunities, new paths to actually unfold. We're going to get a learning moment early in the afternoon because the moon is going to bump into Pluto. Of course, Pluto is trying to show us where our fears, our insecurities, our doubts, where it is we've given our power away, where it is that must end. You know, Pluto is now direct. He wants us to fight. He wants us to use all of those darker force energies as motivation to actually make a change and a transformation in our lives. And we are going to get an outside trigger where we are going to act as the observer and see the bigger plan at play, see where we can change our own focus, our own energy, our own vibration, choosing new behaviors, new reactions instead of sitting in the old, repeating the old, revolving around the old. We're going to get an opportunity to put into practice what it is that we've learned. This is going to be a huge help because the moon goes ahead and bumps into Chiron, the wounded healer planetoid. This is where we get to actually see how much we've grown, how much we've healed, where it is that we have a little bit of room to celebrate the growth and the expansion taking place in our healing journeys. And this, again, riding off the coattails of the previous opportunity where Pluto gives us a chance to actually walk the walk and talk the talk, we're going to have a lot to celebrate. The moon is going to go ahead and bump into Mercury, who is preparing to go retrograde on Monday as well. We do have to kind of restructure, reorganize our thoughts, especially where our relationship is concerned, where our values are concerned, and where it is that we're being encouraged to use our voice, to speak up, to do what is right, to advocate for ourselves. And this is a beautiful opportunity to do it because, of course, the moon is still very much in that Aquarian energy, making us emotionally detached so that we're not all caught up in our feels. We can actually express ourselves from a logical, practical standpoint. We end the day off with Venus, making a little bit of a tension point with Pluto, but this is going to be a good thing for us because, again, we need to have a little bit of an applied pressure in order for us to see where it is that we have to make the greatest changes. Venus, of course, being in Sagittarius, wants truth, wants a new value system, wants to renew our faith, wants to be excited and positive and confident about our futures. And the only way that we're going to do that is if we muster up the courage, the power to take our control back in our lives. That's what Pluto energy is all about, where it is that we've given it away, where it is we can take it back, where it is we can stand up and fight, where it is that we can take action in our day-to-day lives to actually see this transformation begin. We have our sights set very much on the future, very much on the bigger, broader picture, very much aligned with our higher selves. We know what we need to do, and we are now in a situation prepared to take action and actually do it.